She grew up calling the woman Aunty. But that woman was her real mother. And when the truth finally came out, someone had to pay dearly for it. Please watch this video till the end because there are a lot of lessons in it for you. Blessing was only 8 years old when her whole world began to change. She lived in Onitsha with her father and a woman she always called Aunty Cecilia. Aunty Cecilia lived in fear for many years just to protect her. She cooked for her, bathed her, and took her to school. But still, she called her Aunty. Not Mummy. Because that's what her father told her. He said her real mother had died during childbirth, and Cecilia was just helping. Blessing believed him. Why wouldn't she? She was just a child. One day, after school, Blessing sat beside Aunty Cecilia while she sat in the living room. "Aunty, do you know my real mummy?" she asked with innocent eyes. Cecilia paused. Her hands started shaking. But she smiled quickly and said, "Yes, my dear, I knew her. She was very beautiful. Just like you." Then she turned her face away. Blessing didn't understand why her eyes were filled with tears. As Blessing grew older, people started saying things behind her back. "That girl looks too much like Cecilia." Neighbors started whispering, but no one dares to ask Mr. Onyora. Blessing began to wonder. But her father, Mr. Onyora, would shout if she asked questions. "Mind yourself. That woman is not your mother." On her 18th birthday, everything changed. Blessing was cleaning her father's room when she found a small wooden box under his bed. It had old photos and a letter. The letter was written by someone named Amaka Onyora and it was addressed to her. It read, "My sweet daughter Blessing. If you ever find this letter, know that I have always loved you. I'm sorry I wasn't allowed to tell you the truth. I am not your auntie, I am your mother." Blessing froze. Her hands shook. Her heart beat fast. She read it again. "I am not your auntie. I am your mother." Tears filled her eyes as she ran straight to Aunty Cecilia, or should she say, Mummy. "Mummy, is it true? Are you my real mother?" Cecilia broke down. She cried like a child. "Yes, my daughter. Yes. I gave birth to you. But your father, he took you away from me and lied. He didn't want me to raise you because I was poor." Blessing couldn't believe it. Her whole life, a lie. That night, Blessing confronted her father. "You lied to me. She's my mother." Mr. Onyora slapped the table. "She's nothing but a disgrace. I did what was best for you. You stole my childhood." Blessing screamed. He raised his hand to slap her, but Cecilia rushed in and stood in front of her daughter. "Touch her, and you'll have to kill me first," Cecilia said boldly. For the first time, Blessing saw her real mother stand strong. And that was the night they left. Blessing and her mother, Cecilia, left that night with nothing but a small bag of clothes and the truth. They slept at a friend's house for the first week. Cecilia was poor, just like her father had said. She sold vegetables in the market and barely earned enough. But for the first time, Blessing felt safe. She felt loved. "Mummy," Blessing whispered one night, "thank you for not giving up on me." Cecilia hugged her tightly and said, "You are all I have. And I will fight for you." The days that followed were tough. No more fine school uniforms, no more new clothes. Blessing had to fetch water, help her mother sell in the market, and sometimes sleep hungry. But she never complained. She was finally with the woman who gave her life. People in the market would whisper, "Is that not Cecilia's daughter?" And Cecilia would smile and say, "Yes. She is my blood. My only daughter." Blessing felt proud, not ashamed. Back in her father's compound, things started changing. Neighbors began talking. How can a man hide a child from her own mother? He said Cecilia was a disgrace, but who is the real disgrace now? Mr. Onyora started losing respect. Even his customers avoided him. His new wife left him, calling him a liar and a wicked man. He began drinking heavily and talking to himself at night. Karma had started her work. One day in the market, Blessing saw a man drawing portraits for people. She watched him closely and picked up a pencil he dropped. She drew her mother's face on a piece of paper. The man looked at the drawing and shouted, "Who did this?" "I did," Blessing said shyly. "You have a gift, young girl. You're an artist." From that day, he started teaching her how to draw and paint. Months later, Blessing painted a portrait of her mother carrying firewood, with tears in her eyes but strength in her steps. She called it, "The Woman They Tried to Erase." Someone took a photo of the painting and posted it online. In less than 24 hours, it went viral. She's so talented. Who is this girl? This is deep. Who is the woman in the painting? People started sending messages. Reporters wanted to interview her. Even art galleries called. Blessing was shocked. During her first TV interview, the host asked, "Who inspired this painting?" Blessing paused, then looked at her mother beside the camera. "My mom. She raised me in silence. She was denied her rights as a mother. But she never stopped loving me." Cecilia cried on national TV. The video went everywhere. People began praising her for being strong, for never giving up. The woman who was once called disgrace became a national hero. One evening, while they were eating, there was a knock on the door. It was Mr. Onyora. He looked dirty, tired, and broken. "My daughter, I'm sorry," he said with tears in his eyes. "Please forgive me. I made a mistake." Blessing looked at him and asked, "Would you have ever told me the truth if I didn't find that letter?" He bowed his head. "No." Cecilia stood beside her daughter and said, "You cannot erase pain with a sorry. Go in peace." The door was shut. Blessing got a scholarship from an international art school. She moved to Lagos, and later, to Canada. Her story inspired many girls who grew up in pain, confusion, or without love. She never forgot where she came from. She returned to Nigeria every year to visit her mother and train young girls. And her story became a legend. Moral lessons. A mother's love is deeper than blood and stronger than lies. No secret stays hidden forever. You can rise from rejection and become a light for others. Always speak the truth. Lies destroy lives.